Last Friday, some people in Knowsley, not the people of Knowsley, decided it'd be a good idea to hold a demo outside a hotel where migrants are being held. I can't begin to imagine how frightening it must have been for those migrants having a mob outside shouting for them to be sent home. And what was the plan? Were they going to set fire to the hotel with them in it, drag them out, beat them in the street? What actually happened was a riot with police vehicle burnt and a police response that wasn't even as tough as the one at Sarah Everard's vigil. The trigger seems to be a rumour that one of the men inside hassled a local teenager for a phone number. A rumour spread across social media, but as it turns out, untrue. But that didn't stop the Daily Mail giving it credibility. And on the heels of these kind of headlines, it's a wonder we're not seeing more of this kind of behaviour. We probably will soon. Remember, these are from national newspapers, particularly the Daily Mail. Tories supporting, not independent like they say they are, and in a lot of cases with no facts to back up the claims. This government, which proudly introduced a hostile environment aimed specifically at making the lives of migrants more difficult, also has a terrible track record of the Windrush scandal, and it talks about invasions of refugees. So when the Home Secretary did respond, although not until more than 24 hours later, she mentioned the same rumour, giving it credibility again. If these patriots are so concerned about grown men approaching teenagers, how come there weren't crowds outside this guy's house? I bet Suella would have made a quicker response then. They also shouldn't be blaming migrants for the lack of housing here. They should be blaming the government. It's failed to build replacements for all the social housing they sold off, and there's a national shortage to start with. They shouldn't be blaming the migrants for taking jobs. They aren't allowed to work, despite our need for workers. And don't believe the government's claims about the cost of housing migrants in hotels. That money comes out of the foreign aid budget, so it isn't an additional cost for the taxpayer at all. This government has continually failed to get to grips with the asylum system, but the reason the number of boats crossing has increased is mainly to do with the fact that since Brexit, they haven't put into place return agreements with EU countries. But why would they when it plays better with their voting demographic to say they want to ship them off to Rwanda? But when you're doing just a shit job there generally, it's convenient to have someone to blame. Just remember though, if they continue with their shit job, and they probably will, they'll be coming for another group next, and that could be you.